The market is full of noise. We've got the cheering for the Bitcoin ETFs from the TradFi bros. Then we've got a whole bunch of noise in the Bitcoin space arguing over all these different proposals, such as CTV, L-Enhance, OpCat. Then most recently, we had Yuri Villalobos on the show who talked about Lamport schemes. So there's all kinds of noise around the space. But guess what, guys? While we're all sitting here focusing on this echo chamber, okay, the world banks, they're busy. And they are busy continuing to enforce and create their gates. Welcome back, everyone. That's right. That's right. I'm not trying to make this a like a fear-mongering show. I just wanted to put it in perspective, right? That while we're hearing all this rosy news, guess what? The World Bank and the World Bankers and the BIS and the World Economic Forum and all these wonderful people that want nothing more than our health and happiness, guess what? They are still building the prison walls. Okay. And they're pretending that they're not. Anyways, let's dive into it. This is an article out of Crypto News. South Africa. That's right. That's right. I'm not totally ethnocentric, right? I don't just talk about the US. I also try to talk about other continents, other countries, other anything, right? This is a global system that we exist in, whether we agree with it or like it or not. Anyways, so South Africa's budget review signals embrace of digital payments and crypto assets. Yay, of course. They're cheering for it. Now that we're going to build the prison for you, we'll let you enjoy playing in it. Here we go. The key to the strategy includes updating the crypto regulation framework and proposing amendments to the Financial Intelligence Center, FIC Act. I've never heard of that before checking out this article. Requiring reporting of crypto transactions. Here we go, guys. This is what happens, right? All the nations embrace a different technology once they can ensure that they can control it, and of course, they can censor and they can ban you from it. Anyways, so yeah, transactions exceeding 49,999 South African rands. So for the conversion, that's about $2,600 US. Okay, so think about that, right? So in the US, we have a limit of like $10,000, and here they've got a limit of like $2,500. Again, both of these limits are completely arbitrary, okay? But it's just funny. It's just, yeah, here's a number. This sounds good. Anyways, all right. The goal of this strategy, of course, right? The goal of this strategy is to ensure transparency, security in the crypto space, of course, always, right? Transparency. Transparency for who? They can transparently look at everything you do, but you don't actually have transparency into the system. It's just it's a good layer of bullshit just to make you feel like this is a fair system, but it's not. Okay, that's just, it's word salad to draw up hopium. Anyways, addressing concerns about, of course, the money laundering and financial terrorism. They're always very worried about money laundering. So for some reason, though, they can't seem to stop the banks like Wells Fargo, like HSBC, I forget which, the US bank in the UK, it doesn't even make a difference. So for some reason, the institutions which are tasked with this, with the specific responsibility of stopping this, for some reason, they themselves, I don't know, who would have thought, they can't police themselves. It's great. They could police you and me, right? Because we're fucking peons. But they can do whatever they want. And then, of course, right, when they get caught, right, they get, the justice is doled out and, a little slap on the wrist, and you've got to pay this fine. Now, to the average person like you and me, these millions of dollars that they have to pay, we're like, wow, they learned a lesson. Yeah, when you're printing money and you're worth billions, millions of dollars is a drop in the bucket. You could pay it every single day to keep playing. So yeah, it's total nonsense. It's bullshit. Let's continue. In relation to this, South Africa's Intergovernmental Fintech Working Group. First time I've heard of these people. The IFWG. That's interesting. Anyways, they're taking proactive steps to assess the potential use cases for stablecoins and formulate an appropriate policy and regulatory response. Wow. Never heard of the Intergovernmental Fintech Working Group? Well, let's dive into who their chairman is. Say hello to Arif Ismael, the Deputy Division Chief, Payments and Infrastructure. Oh, look at that. IMF. No way. And on the World Economic Forum page, we're surprised. Arif Ismael is the head of Fintech at the South African Reserve Bank. No shit. He is responsible for setting policy direction on crypto assets in South Africa. Wow. He currently co-chairs the Intergovernmental Fintech Working Group, and they're cheering a state-issued CBDC. Sorry, not a CBDC, a stablecoin. I'm surprised. He is a member of the BIS. That's right. That is the Bank for International Settlements. Working Group on Digital Innovations and member of the FSB Financial Innovation Network. It's odd. It's really odd that so many people aligned with the World Economic Forum and the IMF. It's really strange that they're so against Bitcoin, but they're very much in favor of a controlled stablecoin that's issued out of thin air that they control and that they can freeze and censor. Guys, look, I keep saying it. I keep harping on it. It is the then they fight you stage. I think I've been saying this since like 2021 from the last show that I was on. And I mean, I know that some people think, again, we won, but we didn't win yet. Okay. We really haven't won yet. If you think for a second that countries, right, and governments and all of these actors, so to speak, if you think they are not going to coerce in order to maintain their power and control, we are very much mistaken. Okay. Because you don't just give that up. You really don't, especially when you've had essentially like a death grip on the financial system of the world. Okay, you don't just say, I'm done with that. I'm done with the death grip. That's it. We're going to let this new system make things better for everyone. It's more fair, right? And it gives the opportunity for everyone to be able to save their time value. No, that's not what happens. That's not what these people are incentivized for. They are incentivized, individual incentives, right? They are incentivized for their own power, their own control, and their own success. Anyways, guys, it is the then they fight you stage. Just because the picture is rosy, it doesn't mean that they are not building the walls, okay? Guys, that does it for today. That's the clip. Like, subscribe, and I'm going to catch you all next week.